Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be talking about something a little different than what I normally talk about on my page, which is normally how-to videos, repair videos on the Chevy Cruze, because that's basically what it's specifically for. Um, and some of you know, some of you don't know the common issues with the Chevy Cruze and the Sonic. I can't speak for the Sonic because I really don't know much about the Sonic's issues, but they're probably similar to the Cruze. But anyway, I'm going to be talking about what the Cruze has for issues and how to resolve those issues and save you some money. So the first thing is, I don't really hear a lot about it much, but I'm surprised it doesn't happen more often. But the first thing I'm going to talk about is the water outlet. Typically, I haven't had this happen to me yet, but I've been hearing that a lot of people have been having issues with these because they're made so cheap and they tend to crack around the heater hose inlet port there. And when you buy these, they come with the sensor, and depending on which brand you buy, we don't know where or who they get these sensors from, but sometimes the sensors are bad right out of the box, and you can just buy one by itself and it could be bad out of the box. So I mean, you face that no matter what. But this is a re-engineered Dorman one, and it's supposed to be stronger and more reliable and durable than the OEM one. And there's a piece right here. I'll get to that here in a minute. And the other issue that the Cruze has, and this is specifically for the 1.4 liter. I don't know about the 1.8. I don't have anything on the 1.8. But the other thing that seems to be an issue is the bleeder hose that connects right here and goes into your reservoir tank. What GM did is they have like these plastic horseshoe type clips that tend to break, and the plastic fittings in the hose itself are just junk. So what Dorman did, they re-engineered that hose, and basically what you do is you take, when you buy the water outlet, it's recommended you buy the bleeder hose as well from Dorman, and you take this valve out. Don't lose the horseshoe retainer clip. You take that plastic valve out of the water outlet, and then you stick your hose straight down and kind of just carefully work it down in there until it's nice and flush in there, and then you put your retaining clip in there, and that'll lock it in place, and you ain't gonna have that problem anymore, and you won't have a coolant leak. And I'll post part numbers in the description as well. So if you guys ever want to buy these parts to save you some money in the future, that'll help you. That'll help, so you'll know the part numbers. And the other thing, speaking of the reservoir tank, GM has had an issue with this nipple right here, where the hose to it's a heater hose. It goes into that's part of the heater core assembly, hose assembly, I should say. They tend to crack right there, and what Dorman did is they re-engineered this and made it more reliable, and it's a better design. They put these metal sleeves in here to reinforce that, so that the clamp of the hose wouldn't weaken that plastic and crack it and cause a coolant leak, because that's typically where they leak, is right there. So Dorman re-engineered that, and it's supposed to be more reliable and more sturdier, which is really great. Because Dorman makes really good stuff, so I've never had any issues with Dorman. So the other thing I want to talk about is the thermostat. This is another Dorman part. Thermostat's a 221 degree thermostat. The only thing that's really different about it, besides improved design, is the sensor on top. The other ones, like the Murray ones and the OEM ones, they're mounted in different. They have a clip in it. It's a metal horseshoe clip that holds it in. This one doesn't. It's factory press fit in, I believe, from the looks of it. But it's reinforced. It's re-engineered. It's a lot stronger. And basically, the most issue I've ever seen these happen is that because the OEM ones, and I've even had problems with the Murray ones. I've had to change two out on my mom's Cruze actually, and because the ears inside here that holds this shining washer tab with ears on it, these plastic tabs break off, and then it releases that spring tension, and it causes the thermostat to malfunction. And it could also be the sensor could just be junk too. But Dorman recognized the problem with this as well, and they re-engineered it and made it a lot better. And then what I ended up doing is I did end up getting some gaskets. I got a new thermostat gasket and a water outlet gasket from Felpro, and I'll attach the part numbers in the description for those as well. There's a couple other parts I wanted to talk about as well quickly, and I have one of these parts I don't have, the other one I do have, and the part I don't have that I've been thinking about getting is the Dorman valve cover, and that's supposed to be more improved as well, because the factory ones, the problem is the factory ones, the people think that on the valve cover that's the PCV valve, and it's not. It's the PCV diaphragm, and it's just a plastic washer flapper type thing, and it gets brittle and it breaks, and it just deteriorates, and it causes a vacuum leak. And Dorman recognized that issue, and they redesigned the valve cover and made it better and stronger. So I haven't had an issue with my OEM one yet, knock on wood, but I'm probably gonna go ahead and just change it out to the Dorman one anyway, because it's been proven that it's better and more reliable. The other thing is the intake manifold. A lot of people know the intake manifolds on the Cruze from factory are junk, because the PCV valve, they get dislodged with oil and they cause oil consumption, and so forth. So Dorman re-engineered that intake manifold and put a retaining type clip in there, I believe is what they called it, to prevent that from happening. And it's there is a bit of a cost difference, and so it's I got that, and I haven't had any issues with it yet. I've had 20,000 miles on it since then, and I haven't had any issues with it. So the products that I mentioned, that they're all from Dorman except the gaskets. I recommend getting these, because you're not gonna. I truly strongly believe you're not gonna have this issue anymore with these upgrades. And I can't say any more, like when it comes to electrical stuff, like these sensors, because this part will eventually go bad. It's just gonna last longer than the OEM stuff does, because typically when it comes down to it, all parts fail eventually. It's just a matter of when they're gonna fail. So I recommend getting these parts to save you some money in the long run. Then the other thing I just wanted to share just for fun is I did get some hoses. I got a couple more I'm gonna get. So when I do this project, I have everything I need. I got the heater hose from Gates. It's a weird looking hose, and all attached part numbers for all these as well. And then this is the lower radiator hose by Gates as well. Pretty well constructed. They always make good stuff. And this is the other Gates. This is I believe, and I probably always get these mixed up, but I believe this is the inlet hose for the heater. And then you got this weird looking one. looks like deer antlers. One goes into your water pump, and one goes into your coolant reservoir tank, and the other one plugs in your firewall to your heater core. So, and I'll attach part numbers to those as well, and then the other two hoses that I'm going to pick up probably today, I'll attach those in the video as well, that I don't show in the video. And I always recommend Gates products and belts and tensioners. They make phenomenal products. I mean, they really make their stuff really well, and I've never had an issue with Gates. So with that being said, I hope this video had helped. If you have any questions, feel free to comment and ask them. I will be glad to help. I run a Cruze page on Facebook. It's called Cruze Empire. If you're not on that page and you're a Cruze owner, please, I encourage you to join. We got a lot of helpful people in there, like myself and some other people that will help you in your projects if you're not, sure on how to tackle your project that you're doing. We're glad to help, but I just wanted to take time and share this with you, and hopefully this helps. So that being said, thank you for watching, and if you haven't, like, subscribe, and comment on the video. Let me know what you think. All right, thanks. Bye.